According to Dr. Disrespect, there could be items worth all the way up to $100,000 in his new game, DEADROP. If you haven't heard of DEADROP or you're interested in keeping up the game, make sure to sub to the channel because I'm going to be posting a ton of content regarding the game in the future. But as I said in the intro, and you did hear me right, Dr. Disrespect put out a tweet, which I will put on screen, talking about up to $100,000 item in the game of DEADROP, which is obviously a Web3 game, which will involve NFTs. So when he says $100,000, he means $100,000 real money, not in-game currency, which can be sold on a marketplace if you were able to extract with this item. And that leads me to my point of this video, where I want to talk about cheaters as well as NFT values in the game DEADROP. When you make a claim like this of having an item worth all the way up to $100,000, or even items if it was worth $1,000, let's say, something worth that much money that can be earned while playing a game is super crazy and is definitely going to get a lot of publicity. But not only that, but we already know how bad cheaters are in the current gaming economy. And when you have something like this where someone can make a lot of money, make more than a yearly salary off of extracting one item and selling it on a marketplace afterwards, cheaters are going to be doing anything they can to build the best cheats and being able to kill you to steal these items so they can get that money for themselves. So that's why DEADROP's biggest issue going forward is going to be, how do they stop cheaters? How do they build a good anti-cheat? So if there are items worth $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 in the game in real money, how do you stop cheaters from ruining the game for other players and just getting these items basically for free because they're cheating? Now, I want to preface this and say this about Doc's tweet. I don't think there's going to be items worth $100,000 in the game. Now, obviously, when it comes to item value, this is going to be dependent on the players, on the community, and just on the overall market for the game, right? If there's an item that for some reason is really, really good, it's basically supply and demand, right? The demand for the item has to be there in order for the price to be that high. And as far as I know, with what Doc and Midnight Society have said about the game, there aren't going to be items that actually change the gameplay that are going to be part of this Web3 NFT part of the game. So all this stuff is supposed to be cosmetic and just overall make the game a little bit more fun and more customized to you and your character, and not actually going to give you an upper hand just because you spent money. So if you are a Web2 gamer, as they say, you're just a normal gamer that doesn't want anything to do with NFTs and Web3, none of that should actually affect your game or put you at a disadvantage. It's actually just going to be cosmetic items, which you don't need if you don't want. Also, shout out Juvie, the best energy drink on the market. But either way, whether there are items worth $100,000 or items worth $100, people are still going to want to get those. So no matter what, there's going to be cheaters in this game that are going to be using whatever hacks it may be, wall hacks, aim hacks, hacks where they can literally take items out of your inventory. People are going to be doing everything they can to get these things from you, and they're going to extract with them and then sell them on external marketplaces. It's going to become a full-time job for cheaters to cheat in this game and try and steal your items. And that's why I think it's really important to talk about this topic, because I know Midnight Society is obviously working super hard on the anti-cheat system, and Doc has made a bunch of comments about this in regards to, Moist Critical, who's also talked about this aspect of the game and how this could really make the game fail. And Doc has said that they're way ahead. People can't see their vision and understand what they're doing when it comes to this sort of thing. So I really hope he is right about that, and they are super far ahead when it comes to an anti-cheat. But if cheaters are a thing that runs rampant in this game like it has in so many other games, especially like something like Escape from Tarkov, which is the biggest in this game genre, then DEADROP will absolutely die and will have no chance at building a real player base, because its biggest proponent that makes it different than other games is that Web3 integration and the ability to buy and sell items for the game and transfer that money out to other games or even back to your bank. If this Web3 area of the game, this component of the game with NFTs, isn't working due to cheaters running rampant in the game, then this game pretty much has no shot. It's going to be hard to overtake a game like Tarkov, or even from the casual players that play DMZ, if this game doesn't have the Web3 part of it, because it's pretty much not going to be too much different other than the vertical part of the game. But for now, since we are so early into the game, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and hope that they can make a really good anti-cheat that can, stop cheaters from ruining the game for all the players that actually want to play it. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what DEADROP continues to do and continues to push out with all these snapshot updates in the current pre-alpha. And if you are to, make sure to sub to the channel, because I'm going to continue to post gameplay and coverage about the game. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I will definitely answer, as I currently have a tower key so I can play the game in its pre-alpha access, as well as every snapshot going forward. Hopefully this video gave you an idea about one of the bigger topics that we can talk about in regards to DEADROP. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, sub to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.